Hello everyone, my name is Still Cage, and welcome to The Last of Us 2 Trailer 3 Breakdown.
Went out one night to make a little round. I met little Sadie and I shot her down. Went back home, jumped into bed, 44 pistol under my head. I woke up in the morning about 9:30. Hacks in the buggy standing in line. Jets and gamblers standing around, taking little Sadie to bed.
So starting this trailer off, we have some good old go-lucky happy music to go along with the good old go-lucky happy feel with this whole party going on. But if you look just past the surface, this song is actually quite a bit darker than you might think. The song is actually called Little Sadie, which was written about some old western. It's actually about this guy who goes out to go do some rounds, like the lyrics suggest. Then he meets this girl named Sadie, and he decides, what should I do? I'll kill her! So he kills little Sadie, goes home, sleeps with a gun under his pillow. It draws a parallel between Ellie. Even though this melody or this party and this life seems all good old happy-go-lucky, underneath that she's secretly sleeping with a gun under her pillow, ready for the next moment that someone comes to attack her for the things that she's done. So yeah. By the way, I just wanted to let you all know that I'm going to be breaking down the cinematics here and the actual gameplay, things that are new.
I began to think.
Your old man really laid into me today.
What happened?
Another big lecture about my patrols. Don't go here, don't go there. It's funny how involved he gets whenever you're scheduled to go out.
Yeah.
Moving right along, we see that there's this new character that's introduced to us, and this guy actually confirms something that we were all skeptical about, I myself. Joel's not actually dead. Yay! That's cool.
Yeah.
She's putting on quite the show.
I give you guys 2 weeks until you're back together.
Not gonna happen. She, say something to you?
Make it 1 week. Ellie! Hey! What took you so long? Oh, I'm here, aren't I?
Dina?
Jesse.
Hey, don't forget we leave at first light, so get some rest.
Yes, sir.
If you don't actually understand what they're talking about here, it seems like Jesse and Dina may have a little bit of history of being together, and they probably just broke up a week or so ago. And when he asked Ellie about, like, did she say something to you, Ellie seems like she's not really feeling safe about a relationship, which we come to see in the rest of this trailer. So, you know, she originally starts out saying, give it 2 weeks, you know, implying that she'll be back with Dina will be back with Jesse. And then after he asks her, did she say something to you? She goes, make it 1 week, because she's saying, I'm gonna blow this. There's no way anything could go through, no matter who I feel. Which, you know, makes you feel kind of bad for Ellie. The fact that she feels like anyone she gets close to is just gonna end up dying. Because if we go back to the first game, spoiler alert, Riley ends up dying, Sam dies, Henry dies, Tess died as well, and Joel almost died on several accounts. So Ellie may be having a hard time opening up and really being with someone.
Every guy in this room is staring at you right now. Maybe they're staring at you. Or not. Maybe they're jealous of you.
Aw, look at them two. They're so cute together. And Dina's sitting there encouraging her and trying to be nice to her. Make Ellie seem a little bit, you know, happier and feel less self-conscious. All the graphics and gameplay, it's all here! Actually, one thing I want to quickly point out here is that it is now confirmed that we are playing as Ellie in this game, because although everyone did skepticize about it and just say that we were playing as Ellie, we never actually got any confirmation. So, here's our confirmation.
Free. Oh, shit. No,
Jesus.
Spread out.
Three quick things to point out here. First off, similar to what we saw in Uncharted 4, you can now hide in bushes and foliage. Second thing to point out is that you can now go prone, which is going to allow for even more stealth in this game, even better flanks, and just overall better gameplay. The third thing I want to point out is how, if you look right here in the bottom right side of your screen, you see that little circle there? Most people missed it, but in fact, because I am still caged, I caught it, and I want to let you guys know exactly what that is. If you look carefully, the more into stealth you go, or into darkness, or into light, if you actually watch this thing throughout the trailer, it actually gets bigger and smaller. And the more stealth you are, or the harder you are to see, the smaller it gets. And when she eventually ends up getting caught, it starts pulsating, meaning that they know where you're at, which I think is really going to help for us, especially knowing when you are not in combat. Okay, so we have a lot to cover real quick here. First off, did you guys notice how she actually looted a crafting material from an enemy? In the previous games, all you could ever do was loot ammo, but it looks like now we'll actually get the chance to get some crafting materials. One thing I liked is that we now get a visual cue opposed to just the audio cue when you're starting to be seen. If you also notice, when she starts combat, she actually ends up taking the melee weapon away from her enemy, very similar to how Nathan Drake would take the guns away from enemies when you were out of ammo. And also, dang Ellie, you are a savage!
Ethan.
What?
Wolf. She came through here. Damn it. Double back. Go.
So already we see that going prone is going to allow us to go under cars and other vehicles, probably under some small crevices and buildings or something like that. I don't know. So that will really help us with, getting around things, especially if you like playing it similar to me, which is trying to avoid all enemies if possible. Also, I really love how the enemies actually communicate with each other, which is really nice as just a visual thing to see that they put work into this and that they will communicate, but also that will buy you some time to sneak past them while they're in conversation. We also see that being able to duck down into bushes is going to help a lot.
I have eyes!
One cool thing that I noticed was that the arrow went right into her, and of course she's gonna pull it back out, but I just like the little fact that it will actually stay there, opposed to just bandaging your arm over and over and over. Which I can say at one point or another, we all got a little tired of like, come on Joel, you just got stabbed in the stomach and shot in the shoulder. Why are you wrapping your wrist up? One feature that I like is that we can now run and pick up items opposed to just running really fast, stopping and grabbing it kind of slowly, and then continue to run. And Ellie actually throws the bottle while full on sprinting. It wasn't just a run, 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 stop, kind of throw, then sprint again. Nah, she took that bottle, she freaking threw it into that guy's face. What she ends up doing is she ends up grabbing this person, and one mechanic that we did have in the first game is that you could actually do a full 180, but now you can actually do it with a hostage. And I also want to say, these people are pretty ruthless to kill their own man while you're holding. Like, yeah, let's just shoot him. Psh, we didn't kill this little punk. So that's cool. Oh! What is it with games and having to pull things out of your body? And this one's an arrow, and the last of us was at Joel's side, and Tomb Raider was the same thing, so a bigger bar in the side. Hold it right there. Looks like we got some new crafting. I'm sure you all noticed that the format and the HUD does look different. But right here we actually have our classic med kit, a Molotov, a smoke bomb. Looks like you can craft more arrows. It seems like the bow and arrow is going to be Ellie's primary weapon from what we see here. Ellie crafts an explosive arrow, so that's pretty cool. Another thing can do some damage. But if you notice right down here, there's actually a silenced pistol. So I'm guessing that if you have some special parts or something like that, maybe you can create silencers for your guns, and they will last for, say, 2 clips or so. Maybe just a couple bullets, because you know it's very makeshift. And the last thing is just a bar there, which I'm assuming is just your modded 2x4, which can be an instant kill or make your weapon last longer. Savage Ellie. Flashbacks to David, am I right? Anyways, you notice that she actually picked up all the arrows that woman dropped, which I thought was a cool little feature. It wasn't just like a little box of ammo that said it was for this, but the amount of arrows actually fell out. It's a fun little detail.
See, I told you. He should be terrified.
the end of the trailer. That was 11 minutes and 53 seconds of pure I want more. You know? By the way, I want to let you all know that if you want to see more The Last of Us analysis videos, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. In fact, the next video I'm going to be putting up is actually breaking down the timeline, and I believe that I figured out the story of The Last of Us 2. So that's pretty dang cool. But I'll talk about all that and more in my next video coming up. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you didn't like this video, too bad. Like it. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that way you do know when I upload this next video, and so that way you can go, haha, you know, I knew about this way before anyone else because I figured out you can take rights for it. It's okay, just plug my channel in later. Thank you. I've been Still Cage, everyone. And you will see me